Who, Ron, is your power ranking?
All right, so not a lot of change, I think, at the top for my power rankings. I still got, Kansas City at number 1. They were there last week. I got Minnesota at number 2. They moved up from 3 last week. I got Detroit falling from 2 to 3. I got Houston at a number 4, same place they were last week. I got Baltimore at number 5, also same place they were at last week. I got Atlanta moving up from 7 to 6. I got Buffalo dropping to 7, with their issues. So, and then rounding it out, I finally got Washington in my top 10. They weren't there all season. I'm putting them in there now at number 8. And I got Green Bay at number 9. And then Seattle at number 10. And I left a note in there. I don't see it anymore. But my note is watch out for Chicago.
Oh, now you're back on that Chicago train?
I partially left.
You partially left?
I am back.
Okay. Listen, I was thinking about like having Minnesota as number 1 again, but I feel like Minnesota didn't dominate the Jets how I thought they would, especially on offense. They got out to a great start in the first quarter, and then something happened with Sam Darnold where he was just not doing it. So I was like, all right, well, if your QB is not doing it against the Jets, you drop down a little bit. So I got Kansas City, Minnesota, Houston, my top 3 teams. Then I have Detroit, Washington moved up from last week. Dallas entered the frame. I didn't have them last week, so now they're in there. Baltimore moved up. Seattle moved down. Atlanta.
Finally.
They only had to win some games to get in there. And then who do I have left? I have Pittsburgh as my last team. Only because I feel like they can right the ship with the Raiders. That's why I picked them to win. But if they drop that game to 3-3, there's going to be some serious issues.
What's the issue?
You can't lose to the Raiders.
Listen,
you can't lose to the Raiders.
Do you recall? Well, you probably don't, but I can tell you, I had them being 5-3 at the bye. They have 8 games. I had them winning 5 and having 3 losses. So they're on pace for that. There's going to be. I knew there was going to be a surprise loss. Or I think I even called the Colts before the season and definitely during the season that they're going to lose that game.
I'm looking at the prediction. You had them winning against the Raiders.
Yeah.
And you have them winning against, you picked it right. The Chargers, they won. But then you have them winning 3 in a row. The Jets and Giants.
I think they're going to win the Jets and Giants. That'll be their 4th and 5th wins. But I think they'll lose to Vegas. So they'll be 5-3.
Yeah, I had them at 5-3 at the break too, but I had them losing to the Jets, and now they're probably going to win against the Jets. So they can still be 6-2.
They can.
So
depends on what happens this week. But I think the injuries is a big part of it too. To be down 3 outside linebackers going into this game. Not have I didn't talk about this, but they don't have their 2nd and 3rd string running back. Patterson is out again this week. Those are big key losses.
Key losses, yeah. I mean, everyone has injuries right nowadays.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm not gonna, you should prepare for this.
Yeah.
Every time, if you're the GM or you work in the front office, you should be ready for like next man up,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna dock them points for that.